What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another video. Hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, we are back with some more content. Like I said, it has been around 10 days since their last was a video or a live stream. So yeah, we're back. It's good to be back. It's good to be doing this sort of content as well. I really like doing this. I like going out my way to do research and try and look at players to see who we should sign. There's 15 players in total in this video. If you remember last year, I've done 3 or 4 separate videos on different positions. So this year, I've just put them all into one video. Feel free to skip because I will leave timestamps, but it would be appreciated if you could watch the whole video and let me know your thoughts. Also, comment what players you would like to see Rovers sign this summer as well. But I've gone through various retain lists. I've done my research. I've tried to get as much stats as possible. I've gone to find free agents, players with 1 year left on their deal, and also players that have been transfer list as well. So I hope you do enjoy this video. It'd be interesting to see if we do actually sign any of these players as well, because the last couple of videos I did last summer looking at players to sign, we actually signed 2 of them. So I will leave those in the comments and in the description to see what players we did sign and what players I had on my list from last year, and to see how well they're done. But yeah, first position, we've gone for right back / right wing back. I personally think Daryl's going to go with a 3-5-2 like he did at Barnsley, but it will be interesting to see. But the first player I've gone with is Jordan Gabriel, a player that come through Nottingham Forest Academy. He's been pretty much a part of Blackpool most of his career, though. Had loan spells and then signed with them permanent. Got released in the summer. Played 37 times in all competitions, but he only managed 13 league starts. So I've also tried to look at players that couldn't quite get as many games in League One and then could maybe play in League Two. But a player that I've always liked. He's quick, strong, athletic. Hasn't played loads of games in his career, considering his age at 26. He's only made 158, but I think he would be a really good option. Can play as a right back, wing back, or can also slot as a centre back as well. I think he would be a good signing. Next one is a player again that I've liked, and he's a player that I was a little bit surprised just because of, you know, he's been at Stockport for quite a while, but is Kyle Noyle, 28 years of age, played 23 matches last season, 325 career appearances. He won the league with Stockport in League Two last season. He also got promoted to League One with Cambridge. I believe that was in the COVID season when they had Paul Mullin and Joe Ironside up front. He also got in the Team of the Year that season. And yeah, a player that I've liked. I'm not sure if Ricky Martin was at West Ham when he was a youth player, because he was at West Ham when he was younger, but a player that I've always liked. Another one that can also slot in at centre-back, but his main position is a right back / wing back. Very quick, very agile, likes to get up and down the wing. And yeah, a player that I was surprised, and I think he would be a brilliant option. He's played League Two most of his career. I think this season with Stockport and 1 season with Doncaster was the only 2 times he's played a full season in League One. The rest he played in League Two. So I think he would be a really good option. Next up, I've got 2 centre-backs. 2 players, one that I really like, and he's based because he's mainly been in the southwest of his career. I know it's sometimes harder to get players, but the first one I've gone with is Angus MacDonald. Some of you might know him from his time at Torquay United when he played against us. He is a 32-year-old centre-back. He's been around for quite a while, 352 career appearances. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he played under Darryl at Salisbury. So yeah, he's a player that's been in the southwest, played 23 games last season, was at Aberdeen for the last 3 years before leaving them at the start of the season, and then he joined Exeter on a short-term deal in January, where he made 18 starts in 19 games. And I read the interview that Colwell done, saying that he was very unlucky not to stay because he had a number of very good performances and was on that run where, you know, they made sure they stayed clear of the relegation zone and stayed in League One. And yeah, one player that I like a lot because of his leadership qualities. He's been a captain at Aberdeen, where he captained the side to a 2-0 win against Frankfurt in the Europa League. He's also been captain at Barnsley, was captain at Torquay United. And I like his character and mentality, because he also had bowel cancer. When he was at Barnsley in the Championship, he got a move to Hull City and, yeah, had bowel cancer, which is unbelievable. And, just his mentality, his character, and I just like him in general as a centre-back, and I think he would bring in that leadership quality that we've missed this season. The next one is 26-year-old Sam Stubbs, the son of Alan Stubbs, the one that played for Everton. He won Supporters Player of the Year and Players Player of the Year last season on a loan spell that went very well at Cheltenham. Played 46 times, won 71% of his aerial duels, and he's got 101 appearances in the last 2 seasons. He was at Bradford. Bradford have released him, but it was surprising because the year before he played pretty much every single game at Bradford. But yeah, done very well this season at Cheltenham. He's played local before that as well. 200 career appearances. Very no-nonsense centre-half, can play in a back three or a back two. Getting into the left-back/left wing-back position, and there is 2 players. 24-year-old Jack Sparks is one of them. I'm pretty sure we was linked with him last summer, but Peterborough beat us to the race and signed him on a free after he left Portsmouth, after he won the league title. But it hasn't really worked out at Peterborough. Sometimes you get that player has a good season at another club, joins another team, didn't work out. He did make 40 appearances in total. He joined Chesterfield on loan in January in the second part of the season, and they got to the playoff semi-final, even though they lost. He's won League One before, like I mentioned, at Pompey. He's got promoted out of League Two. In fact, under Matt Taylor when he was at Exeter, and I've always liked him. He's always been a really attacking player, a player that's caught the eye. He's got 27 assists and 11 goals in his 241 career appearances. Again, he might prefer to come back to the Southwest, and with experience of getting promoted out of the league and at the age and being on the transfer list, I don't think he would cost too much. So he would be my first left wing back option. Second wing back option is Vincent Harper. Now, a lot of you might have seen my tweet and his tweet that he done after he beat us with Exeter in that game where he said one team in Bristol, having all that banter. Of course, at the time I was annoyed, but it is football at the end of the day. He did actually play for Bristol City Academy, but we might as well sign another former Bristol City player because we have done quite a lot over the last couple of years. But I really like him. 24 years of age, only 10 starts last season, but 28 appearances in total in all competitions, 163 career appearances. Made his name at Eastleigh, actually, which got him a move to League One with Exeter. I like him because he's very quick, agile, direct, great delivery, and I think he would be a good option. It's another one which works out in the region, close. I think he lives in Chippenham. I actually seen him on a night out earlier on this season, and he said that he was close to signing for Rovers, and he actually seemed like a great person. So yeah, I would go for Vincent Harper. I think he would be a really good option. Now, going into midfield, we've got 3 options. We've gone for a defensive option, we've gone for a box-to-box option, and we've gone for a more ball-playing, slash defensive option as well. So the first option is a Sierra Leone international, Tyrese Forner. He was a free agent after Derby released him. He had a really good season on loan at Salford this season, making 44 appearances, as Salford just missed out on getting the playoffs. 176 career appearances. Most of his games throughout his career has been loan. He did start his career at Brighton, but he signed for Nottingham Forest. But as soon as he went to Forest, he's had a lot of loan appearances, apart from when he played for Derby, when he signed for them on a free. But yeah, I think he's at a good age, really good defensive midfielder, wins a lot of his duels. I still think he's in the next few years, he's about to come into his prime, and I think it would be a really sensible option. He's also played for Plymouth in the past, so he has been down in the Southwest. The next option is one that would probably be pretty hard to get, but I could see us signing him, and that is 28-year-old Ben Garrity. A lot of you will know him for his goals, and he's been a brilliant player at Port Vale. He has got 1 year left on his deal. 30 appearances this season with 5 goals. He's had 2 promotions out of League Two with Port Vale. And also, the interesting thing to note is that Darrell Clark brought him to Port Vale. So I've gone for him. I really like him as a player. He's got 30 goals and 9 assists at Vale in the last 4 years since he's been there. And although he has got a 1 year left, and although he's just got promoted to League One, if there was any player that I think Darrell could get, and it would be Ben Garrity. He's been there a while now, even though he's just got promoted. He might want a new challenge. He doesn't play as many games this season. I don't know if that's because of injury or whatever, but I really like him. Box to box, knows where the goal is, great engine on him, and I think he would be a really good signing, although it would be a fee. And the final midfielder option is Alistair Smith, who's having a brilliant season at AFC Wimbledon on loan from Lincoln, who they had released him. 26 years of age. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", so brings a presence. 228 career appearances, 53 matches this season for Wimbledon, 6 goals, 5 assists. Of course, they have got the playoff final to play next week. So if Wimbledon did get promoted, he could probably sign for them. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think he would be a really good option. Knows where the goal is. Brings that presence. When I went to watch Notts County and Wimbledon play, and I know it's only one game. He has played against us before, but he looked really good, and I think he would be a different option, but a very good one at that, especially on a free transfer. Now, the final option in midfield I've gone for is Jordan Shipley, who is a free agent, 27 years of age, 38 appearances last season, but only 14 starts at Shrewsbury. He had done really well at Shrewsbury in the 3 years he's been there. 16 goals, 18 assists, and he's a player that can play anywhere. He's played centre midfield, cam, winger, wing back. Really good engine on him, a wand of a left foot. Some of the goals I've seen him score has been mental. He's also been promoted out of League Two with Coventry. He did come through the Coventry Academy. He also won League One with Coventry and played a few games in the Championship as well. Not the best season in terms of himself and in terms of the team he was playing for, Shrewsbury, but I think he would be a really good option. Versatile, wears his heart on his sleeve, proper engine, really good set-piece delivery, can score a worldie, and 36 career goals. And like I said, he has done really well the last 3 seasons at Shrewsbury. I think he would be a really good option. The final options, and they are going to be in the striker position. First one I've gone for is an experienced player with 1 year left on his contract, and that is Ollie Palmer. 171 career goals. A lot of you will remember him throughout the AFL, but he also played in the non-league final against us when he was at Grimsby. Very, very good player. I think we could do with a proper hold-up man, target man, experienced player to help out the likes of Promise. Didn't have the best goals returned last season, only 3 goals in 26 starts. But I think in League Two, we know it's going to be a physical league, his best goal return, apart from his National League goals, where he's got quite a few with Wrexham and Havant and Waterloo when he was younger. And they were with Crawley, 14 goals and 16 goals in back-to-back seasons. I think he would be a really good option. 1 year left, so wouldn't be a massive fee. This one is Elliot List, who is out of contract at the moment, but he is in contract talks with Stevenage. 45 career goals, has had 2 seasons in League Two with back-to-back double digits. 4 goals in only 15 starts last season. He was mainly used as a substitute, but with pace. I think at the age of 28, he probably wants to find a club where he can start week in, week out, and I think he would be a really good option. I think we lack that pace. The next player is also a player who I like, but also has a lot of pace, likes to get at players, caused us a lot of problems in both games this season, although he didn't score. He got the assist in the 1-0 win for Crawley, and that is Hepburn Murphy. Only 1 year left on his deal. Yes, there is probably other League One clubs interested, but I think he would be a really good option. He's from the Midlands as well, so you come up through the youth ranks of Aston Villa. Not got the best goals returned throughout his career, 35 career goals, and his best season was actually last year, where he got 10 league goals in 27 starts, 11 goals in all comps. I think he would be a brilliant option. Really liked him last season. Just likes to run at players, and we've missed that pace. Like Elliot List, I think he'd be a really good option, although he would demand a fee. Other option is Devante Rodney, another player who has a year left on his contract at Rochdale, has had the best goal scoring season of his career. 20 goals in 39 games, including 2 in the playoff semi-final. Unfortunately for him and Rochdale, they lost. Southend have gone through into the other game. But yeah, 76 career goals. He's also had 2 seasons in League Two before that. One with Rochdale where he got 11 and one with Port Vale where he got 12 goals. I'm pretty sure he was at Port Vale when Darrell Clark was there, but it was a season before when he done really well. 39 goals in the last 3 seasons at Rochdale. Like I said, he has that year left. He's a very strong player, very quick, likes to get at players. I think he would be a really good option coming into his prime as well at the age of 27. Yes, it would include a fee, but I think there'll be a lot of clubs, especially League Two, after him. I think he would be a really good option. And my final striker option is Danilo Orsi. Really like this player for the last couple of years. 29 years of age, 93 career goals. 10 goals last season in 28 starts. 7 goals at Burton in the first half of the season. And then 3 on loan at MK Dons in the second half of the season. Still has a couple of years left because he only transferred to Burton Albion last summer. But since Gary Bowyer came in, he hasn't really fancied him, and I think he would be a really good option. Got 25 goals and got promoted the last time he played in League Two with Crawley in a brilliant season. And I think he would be a really good option. In the box, he's lethal. Good in the air as well. Best to play him up front as well with a partner. And I think within the 2 up front that I think Rovers are going to play, I think he would be a brilliant option. So yeah, that was my last player pick. And that was my last player that I've chosen on this list. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Apologies, it is out late. I've had a few issues to deal with, so apologies for that. So I hope you've enjoyed it though. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know if you agree with any of them. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the gas.